Ya wena drive.
Sanbonani, Absheni Dumelang. Welcome to an exciting episode of Transit Ringas. I'm your host, Isaac Lesole. Hey, today is Ziyaduma, because if you all remember, we had I posted a reel, a very short video on Scholar Transport a few weeks ago, and that um, specific reel or video was trending on social media platforms, and I think it's on my personal space, and people really reacted, and in the main, parents and drivers responded to that. And we've been trying to find a partner or a guest that we can talk to about this thing. If you remember, we had a live after that, and we were supposed to have the Gauteng Scholar Transport Association or something. We couldn't get them on board, but today we've decided to take a complete different route. Take a person who is interacting with this space every day. Today we have in studio a driver who experiences all of the allegations and some of the things that have been said, the person who is on the road every day and sees some of these things that were made. And I'm going to say the following as we start. I insist that parents are allowing some of these things to take place. I'm going to put it like that. I'm going to say that the fact that your child is driven by a driver who is not permitted to do so, it's your responsibility. And if you're complacent when it comes to that, you are responsible. If the vehicle is not licensed, you are responsible. We understand. There are issues of affordability. There are issues of a better, good-looking or clean or complying transport will be more expensive. I do not buy that. We have a responsibility to make sure that our children, if we care about them, our children are driven by permitted and licensed drivers through licensed vehicles. I'm going to put it to you again that drivers are also on the wrong side of the law in most of the cases. We know that drivers are sleeping with the children. We know that drivers are sometimes helping, in fact, contributing towards children not going to school. Children are bunking school and they spend their time with drivers in bed instead of being at school. Now I can tell you with absolute authority that this is the truth. And you as a mother, as a father, who does not take the responsibility of checking exactly what's going on with your child, it is your responsibility and there's not going to be an excuse. Similarly, the school management that accepts these vehicles dropping children and not taking the responsibility of even knowing if the children are being picked up by the right drivers or can children be kidnapped from the yard of the schools. So we have big problems with scholar transport, and today we're not gonna take this for granted. We're not gonna play games. We're gonna go straight into these things because we wanna confirm if some of these things are true. So we have a very lovely lady who's a driver. Some of you would know about her. She's always talking about these issues, and this is the reason why we went for her, because she has been talking about some of these things on her social media platforms as a driver, and she's calling on parents. And some of you as parents, you even insult her when she talks about these truths, because you are afraid to face your own truth. You are afraid to take your own responsibility. Let's get on to it. So we have in the studio today, we have Karabo. Karabo M.
Yes, that sound like don't forget that.
Dumela.
Okay,
Le kae?
like
Welcome. So let's first start just understand Horna. Karabo Kimang, where do you come from and how did you end up being a driver?
okay. So, let me first start by greeting your viewers and everybody else,
Right.
the people maybe that I will be working with.
Right.
Because I want to be the face of this transport thing.
Nice.
Yeah, so that is my goal. So, Karabo, it's a Soweto born girl.
Right.
And when I was 10 days, because of the riots back in the days, I was then sent to stay with my grandmother in Limpopo, where I schooled. And then I came back to Soweto. Obviously, life, you find your way. And then in 2020, during COVID time, my mother passed on. And my son, I have a son, he's 25. So my son, from the age of 5, I would ask him what he wants to be. You know how you normally would ask your kid. And he'll be like, a taxi owner.
Hiba.
And I'll be like, Inge, hey,
Yeah.
so I'm taking you to school. I'm working so hard for you to become something better than I am, because I was working in the retail. And when you want to be a taxi owner, hey, I would beat up my son. And I will give him a serious beating, and I will make sure. And I'm like, I'm coming from a family, that has got like a police officers, your soldiers, you're not even telling me, okay, don't be a lawyer, be a police officer.
Right.
Hey.
Right.
The requirement is just a matric.
Yeah.
I know. He was like, no, I want to be a taxi owner.
Right.
Okay. The years are going. What do you want to be a taxi owner? All right. He's now 18, 19, 20. What do you want to be? A taxi owner.
Okay.
Then my mother passes on. During that time, I had found him employment, right?
Right.
At a garage, because it was COVID. And I was like, instead of you sitting and not doing anything, do something. So he was working at a garage as a petrol attendant. Okay. So during the day, he doesn't sleep. In the morning, actually, he's got his friends that picks him up, and they go to Lens.
Okay.
They are transporting kids to Lens. So they pick him up as well. He goes there. He comes back. He goes to work. And then one day he says to me, "I've found a kumbi. Can you please buy it?" And I'm like, okay. The first one wasn't up to standard. And I was like, I went and checked, because they send him pictures at night.
Okay.
And I was
Of
like,
this
no.
of this
Of this
taxi.
kumbi.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, no. And I went there in the day, and it was just a mess. Then he comes back again. He says, I found another one. I'm like, okay, let's go and check it. So my first kumbi, I bought it from a good friend of mine. He's still a friend of mine.
Right.
He says, you inspire me. His name is Muhammad. So I bought the car. It was a project for him. And then I continued with the project. I made it look better, because, it's going to be driven by a 21-year-old, at the time. I was like, okay. Then he starts he starts promoting the vehicle in November, December, marketing it. He's all over, putting it on social media, transport available. He does the posts and whatnot. I don't want to be part of this. It's not my dream. Right. Remember, I've been against this from 5 years. Yeah. So I want nothing to do with this. Okay. The transport starts picking up kids January. Actually, I start getting calls because he puts me as the person,
the contact person.
Yeah. So I'm the contact person. Parents ask for transport. There's transport. They are happy. Oh, there's a woman involved. Okay, no problem. My combi started with 11 kids, which is practically impossible in this industry. So you will start with 2 and you transport them for the whole month. You get the third one, you get, until you then people can trust you. All right. No problem. Um, fast forward, he's transporting kids. Then there's the rules and regulation. Remember, he is the owner,
Yeah, yeah,
right? And now I'm the parent.
yeah.
And I need to separate the two of being the parent who funded this business
Yeah.
and the parent.
Yeah.
And I make rules to say, look, these are the rules. I don't want to find school children in my transport during school hours. I don't want to find friends. I don't want no hablis in my transport. No smoking, no nothing in my transport. Okay? I've taught him how to wash cars.
Yeah.
So, and I tell him, I want a clean car every day. I can't pay car wash. You the driver.
Yeah.
You this is your property. You make sure that it's
It's clean.
yeah. All right. 3 months down the line, he's got only high school kids. I find him at DB because I would normally do the random checks.
Okay.
Yeah, I would normally go to where he's parking and check the car. Is he taking care of the car? Is he looking after the car, or what is he doing? I find school kids. 3 of them, the ones he transports. 2 of them, the ones he doesn't transport. They are eating. This girl is sitting on the driver's seat. And I open the door and I'm like, hello, driver, how are you? Because she's the driver, Mustanagir.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, driver, sure, grand. They are at the back, and I call him and I'm like, come now. I gave you this responsibility of transporting people's kids and souls for a reason, but I see we're going to have a problem. So while we are at this, here's taxi fare, money, take a taxi, I'll drive the car. And I left those children there, go DB. And I went to engine because une aswapa ko engine. Kapaka ko engine. Now, what driver bako engine, they were not happy. Eh, ma old lady, bampita ma old lady. Eh, ma old lady is there. I ma old lady. I. Then I transport these kids. He comes back, he apologizes, and I give him the car. Okay. He's transporting kids. But chiki one day my car is not in Lens. My car is in Protea. Then, because I'm a parent, remember, and I've funded the business. Then I went to the police station and I said, please pull me the record of this car. And I gave them the number plate. I've got actually a child that the father works at Lens police station. And I said, please find me. And he's like, your car, it's known to be the corruptest car. Oh, seriously. I fire my son.
Okay.
I drive myself.
Well, this is now how you become the actual driver and taking this car from the child, because it's not it's hasa tamakari rules still dumelaneng ka tsona.
Yeah, no. Bona it's a owner. And I'm saying to him, yes, you're the owner, but uske wa compare le di owner tse e lo reng ha di na molao.
Yeah.
We're here for business.
Yeah.
We're here for business, and the mandate here is to deliver on business.
Right.
Lens is not our wood.
Yeah.
As they say, ma 2000, it's not my wood.
Yeah.
You respect the wood because it's somebody else's wood. Right? You come here, you do your job, you leave.
Cool.
Ha. Our kids. Tan koloi itla fitla ka 6 o'clock. Then there was an incident. However, he was not part of the incident. So he delivered these kids. He delivers this child. This child is not numberless in the transport. He delivers this child. Reverse. This child decides to go wherever she wants. It's a she. The mother ba batla ngwana or they can't find ngwana or o tsamaile le drive. Oh, okay. No, re bone driver a reverse. But in that street, because I have also delivered this child, I've picked up this child. there was no way that I could deliver this child and go
And go
straight.
straight.
I must either make
U-turn.
it, but the street is small, so I must reverse.
Okay.
Okay. And then one day, I meet this guy who's legged now, in a mechanic. Koloi yaka e na le problems. I want to change the engine. He advises me. He takes me to his people, and we do that. Now we are pimping the car. Okay. Then there is this incident. I hear about it because I'm more often in Lens because I must buy parts.
Right.
No, these other boys, they came back to attack ngwanaka ba re ngwanaka o tsamaile le ngwana o mo fitlhisitse ka 9. But my car was at home by 5.
Okay.
How is it possible? So this guy, apparently they went to kamo o apakang ko teng ba tshwere di weapons and whatnot. And then I went to that guy. And I was like, that's my son still. Now, this is where I put the business aside. I will mull you. Wambona, I'm a woman. But you don't do that. You don't intimidate it. He was like, no, I wanted to because he had a rape case here. I wanted at least to help him or ask more. But how do you go? You are going to advise him, but you are taking your entourage with you. Intimidate. How do you do that?
So Karabo, you raised very important things, and some of these things are scary, and I just want to elevate them. You are saying in the 5 minutes or 10 you've spoken, you're actually saying there are incidences where children, one, spend time with drivers,
yes,
during school hours,
yes,
in the vehicle,
yes, in Indonesia, next to the police station.
But you're also saying the because of the age group, there's a chance that there are relationships between
clarify.
drivers and these kids.
Let me clear it. There is relationships. Now, and the parent that is tuned into this, the parent that's going to see this whenever today. One thing, you blaming our kids. And remember, your kids are diamonds. Our kids are diamonds too, no matter how wrong they are.
Right.
Right? Now, I have my son who is 21 at the time. He is a driver. He's an owner. He owns this kumbi. I get o transporta ngwana wa ko high school o etsang grade 10. Only 18 years. The age difference is 3.
So they are peers.
They are within the same age group bracket. Who must he date? This boy. He's going to date these people because he spends time with them. He transports them. The parents love my son. He's a very bubbly person. He is welcoming. He is, he's very handsome. He's a very handsome boy. And these girls, they, bana ba lona, ba shela di transport driver, what you don't know. Bana ba skolo, ba rekela di transport driver, a kena ka mo transporting, a tshwere gifting yana, a re ko reketse gift, a be a mo reketse perfume. Ngwana wa skolo. A kere, lona bana ba lona ke di diamond, le ba fa 50 rand a carry per day. Because hangi skafti. Now, ba rekela di transport driver, ninning o reketse transport driver dijo. Ninning o tletse transport driver skaftin. Skaftin is se fiwa ntate Isaac mara sia somewhere. Again, no, ntate Isaac because ke chomi ya driver ke mshimane. Nna ke ngwanyana ke sefa wena o sefa driver. Akere o mo jwetse mara se tswa kone. Le bana ba bashimane, the one thing e batswadi ba sa ibueng kore bana ba bona ba bashimane ba sekolo, they are more corrupt even because ke di chomi tsa bo driver. Bo driver bona ba bashimane ba aba isikolong ba banka le bo driver ba dule le bo driver ba tlatsise koloi tsa bona ba re ko bona ba re ba ba thwasisa. So we have a chain of these kids, dropouts, le ba fetsang skolo, ba rekelwang dikhumbi, bomme ba bona ke maponesa, bomme ba bona ke di-traffic officer, ke di-what, bontate ba bona ba tlhokofala ba thola ditšhelete. It's a chain. It's not something that you guys are going to break tomorrow. Trust me.
Yo. So okay, I wanna I'll come back to this. In the rules that you gave your son in the beginning, the car must be clean, and all the beautiful things. What about the law? What about the licenses? Does your son have a license himself? That is the vehicle license to permit to transport kids? Is this part of your rules? And how far did you go with that part?
Okay. So after buying the car, I make sure that I inquire, what do we do?
Right.
Okay. The car had a single disc.
Okay.
I get it. And now, by the time it was I'm in the process, and the process is long because it was December.
Okay.
Ya hore e be le double disc.
Okay.
So untsa tsamaya ka single disc. Again, that's where the law comes. The law, they don't stop them. They don't do anything. E tsamaya ka single disc, e laishitse bana by 18.
Yeah.
It's a private car, mos.
Yeah, when it has a single disc, it's a private car. It's not recognized as a transporting vehicle, as a transporting van.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. No problem. I deal with that very quickly because by level like traffic.
January.
Yeah. I deal with that very quickly. My car complies. He complies. He's got a license and an PDP.
Okay.
Right.
So
Let me reach out for mine so that
so the driver now has the PDP and the vehicle is now licensed.
yes,
So now you have a vehicle and the driver that's compliant
yes,
to drive to transport a van.
but it's still not complying this vehicle according to the standards of traffic officials.
Yeah.
Right. The car Elishamban, it must have a reflector at the back,
Okay.
even like a mama side.
Okay.
And then it must have a disc, smaller than a disc, in 100.
Okay.
So you can buy that, get a stick.
Right.
A car Elishangbana must have that.
Right.
That's how they know Hori. It's a Maisava.
Right.
But most drivers, I tell you, they don't have a PDP. They just have a driver's license. And why am I saying that? We have teachers in Tatilsoy who are transport drivers. Kari private cars luna, leisha bana luna happy. Again, on one of my lives, I asked Kori, what is actually a scholar transport? Because we have a problem. We have a system problem. We have basadi ba traffic officer, ba transport man. We have ma traffic officers a nang le dikhumbi tse laishang. Tse seng mo molaong. Tse senang di-disc di-west tsa bona e. Tse e leng di-crepe tse dulang di-stuck. Di owner ke ma-traffic officer.
This is the reason why vehicles that are not complying, every day they are on the road.
But emisa today, ane, nna ka tsela ke tlang ko yona. Mo Midway, ha hona le Metropolis. How jumper bridge o kena ka lens. Hona le board religiously. Ba swap, ba etsa so after school. Ha ke tswa ke JMPD ke kanjalo. Ane? Ba stopper every day koloi e but koloi every day e mo tseleng. Ha ina diski, ha ina windscreen thubehile, ha ina driver ana license, ha ana nix. But o ba fa 50 rand. Ba e bitsa toll gate.
Now hold on. This is where it's getting very exciting. I'll tell you something very. So we had here in studio, sitting right where you're sitting, the spokesperson for JMPD, and I said to him, the uniform, both the traffic officers and that of the police, is supposed to be the most respected uniform. but your behavior as traffic officers, you reduced yourself value alone. You are now worth a 50 rand that we are exchanging with you for you to allow us to move to the next destination with the potential, or we can actually even infringe the law or even kill people with these vehicles. Now, what I'm hearing from you, you are saying that you are witnessing this every day, where vehicles that are not roadworthy, where the drivers that are not licensed are transporting children every day. You're saying that?
Yes, and I'll tell you. So, unfortunately, because it's not a regulated environment, again.
Like, guys.
So, this transport industry, especially the scholar transport industry, it's not regulated at all, right? Now, you can lose your job tomorrow and decide, oh, ke na le 50,000. Let me go buy koloinyana enyane and ke laishe ka yona. Right? Nobody's going to ask you anything. You total by the time by the end of the year, you will be having 20 kids. Come a private car. Okay, no problem. Now we are sitting with a department that it's unregulated, and it can never be regulated unless there's a politician who wants to benefit from it. And I'm saying this confidently. Once somebody abona a loophole and they want to benefit, that's the only time this industry can be regulated. Because we have police officers ba transportang bana ka dikoloi tsa state tse seng marked. We have batho ba government employees ka koloi e nna ke patalang tax e ngwetseng G a ba a transporta bana ba tla o bolella hore no, what if I met these kids on the road? When you meet the same kids on the road every day, right? So it cannot be regulated unless there's a lot of associations. I don't know which association did you invite, but there's a lot of associations in this transport thing. There's a lot. Me, I can be right now. I'm part of Soweleso. It's very recognized. It's an old association.
Right.
It's been there from 80s.
Right.
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 The last year we had a problem and we were like, no, as an association, we don't want these new transports, and we don't want these people that come and say ki January because they are also taking bread from us. They are also taking bread from taxi drivers. Right? We did a roadblock. Associations. We are cleaning ourselves.
Yeah.
That there is on. Like we are cleaning our house. We are saying we don't want these cars that don't belong. Right? Because our slogan is you must belong.
Right.
We want cars and we want to know which association do you belong to. We must have the stickers because then it shows us that you are complying. Right. It's not only about the disc tsa koloi and the disc tsa traffic op. We want you to have the association. We want you to belong somewhere.
To belong somewhere.
Okay. We do our own roadblock where the traffic officers normally do the roadblock. Again, we are not obstructing traffic because they do the roadblock there every day.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. That the JMPD was called by their drivers that do not belong to any association, that don't have the disc and everything, because we were like, should we find that you don't belong and you don't have this, re tlo nka bana ra ba fa bo driver ba comply.
Right.
Le standard sa rona as associations.
Right.
JMPD was there very fast in a hurry. They were there. They were like, no, you're not traffic officers. You can't do this.
You can't stop with these guys. Yeah. You can't see the truth that we've been hiding.
Yeah.
You can't see why these vehicles go past here every day. So you guys are going to find out the truth that does not belong to you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stop you from doing that.
Yeah.
Now hold on right there. So I want you as viewers to understand what we're talking about here. I want you to understand that the problem is deep, But at the back of your mind, I also want you to realize that there are thousands of kids that are dying on our roads, that are being injured every day because of these vehicles. So you, as a parent, when you don't do what you're supposed to, I want you to know that whatever happens to your son, your daughter, tomorrow, and you have not taken the right decision, you are responsible for what happens to your child. We now know, and this is not us, we now know that our children are now in sexual relationships with drivers. We know that now. We now know that they don't go to school because they spend their time with drivers, and in some cases spend their time with their drivers either drinking or having sex.
We as an association, we call it Operation Cleanup. Clean up our house.
Right.
We're not going to JMPD offices or taxi industries offices. We're cleaning our house because the public see us as a problem.
Right. Yeah.
So we go to Kodibaye. We call them
binding spots.
Yeah, it's Kodibaye, it's binding spots. We go there. We already know that the people binding here, it's age group A. The people binding here, it's age group A. Age group, I'm sure you have seen a lot of videos circulating coming from Namukiling. Not only there, the South, the kids from South, there is Eldos, right? We put them out there as associations to say, here's a video, we came here, we opened quantums, kumbis, we're finding school children, bana balona. Parents are irresponsible. And I can say that with confidence. The parents, they are irresponsible. The parents, what they are doing, they are shifting their responsibilities to somebody. You are shifting the responsibility to a helper, Kamuntu. You're shifting the responsibility to a transport driver. You're shifting the responsibility to the teacher. You are shifting the responsibility to the daycare teacher. Because when you want to be free and go galavant and do whatever you want to do,
Sure.
right? The parents, they trust a transport driver aside saying ataba owner. Mind you, I'm going to come and pick up your kid next time, right? Who comes there to make the deal? It's me. I get
the owner.
It's not me. It's the owner.
The owner. Yes.
The owner is my son.
Yeah.
My son comes. You are happy with my son. The transport comes. You can see it's not the person who came to interview you.
Yeah.
But you are you in your right capacity as a parent. You take your child and put them in this transport just because it's the transport that the owner, who is my son, came with. What if that transport is stolen? Ntate Lesolo, what you guys don't know, we are being hijacked. We are being hijacked. We are being hijacked with your kids in the transport in the morning. Because, Batswadi, we are there. You want me to hoot? I don't hoot. I actually disconnect my hooters myself. I go underneath and disconnect them and tell parents I don't have a hooter. Right? You parents want us to hoot. You must hoot for 10 minutes. You are waiting there by the gate. So according to you as a parent, this child didn't know that they are going to school tomorrow. They just woke up and say, oh, I'm going to school. Chiki chiki, boom, the transport is here. We must wait for these kids. We wait. Some drivers even switch off the car waiting for these kids. Then the tsotsi their filth. At banka pass. Oh, you've got beautiful kumbis. Bainka lebana babankam. They hijack the kumbi with kids inside. So parents, they play a role here. Parents must not play victims because us, we are not regulated. No, they must not. Parents themselves, I said my laws. I don't want a parent who comes at least ngwana ko koloing a apere di night dress. A ke malome, a ke tlo share.
Yeah.
They go by bana ko transporting apere the night dress, the shortest with a gown. Now, please tell me, malume o ke motho wa monna, the emotions side, where must they be? Why imagine our age what is underneath there already? Do you know parents after nako? I don't know if women are desperate or what. But end up baratana le transport drivers. So they must not come here to the to everybody and act like they are victims in a problem that they created. Right? Bona self baratane le bo driver. Even le ba banyane bana ba rona. Baratane le bona. Again. Now in this family, this driver is now dating their mother and
and the daughter.
Yeah, or I'm a transporter.
Jesus help me, please.
Yes. They must not come here and play victim. The reason and the purpose for me speaking about scholar transport, school, everything that is happening, right? I'm not a content creator by all means. Okay, I'm just an author of the truth.
Right.
All I want to do is to tell the truth. It's because I was tired of us being blamed. Everything happens. Hi, it's transport drivers. Hi, transport this. Hi, transport that. Parents, even now, we have a letter that is rolled out that our annual fee is increasing. We are increasing it May the 1st. Okay. Parents, ha ba batle bana ba bona ba patale naledi to lens 800, right? As per the association. Because we are regulating ourselves. Because we don't have anybody to regulate us. I get it. So we must be on par. Then parents aba rekela bana ba bona di khumbitse bana ba charge di 500. There is what they call bar oflagile. It's a term we use, oflagile. Meaning your car it's a rack, stack and pack. Meaning in this quantum, when traffic officers open the door, o ka tswa bana ba 60. Ko flag. O flaga jwang? O flaga ka gore o theose price.
And increase the number of kids in the car.
Yes.
Why? Okay. Now, this is the price we pay.
Yes.
So you think that or reduce what comes out of your pocket, but you're increasing the risk. Ya nka bana ba 50 o ba kenye ka hara koloi A1 because that's how the driver makes money. Yes. But South Africa, what's going on? Parents, what's going on? What's going on? Some of you were out there saying that no, we don't have the money. We need something that's cheaper. But what's the value of your child? Okay, let's leave everything else. Do you as a parent value that child that you have carried as a mother for 9 months and as a father, you see this child grow? Is there value that you place on the life of this child? And this is the question that you as a parent, in your own spot, you must answer, because we can't answer it here. All we're going to tell you is that we are being irresponsible and we gotta have to stop and stop hiding behind others, because all of us take the responsibility somehow in this case. So Karabo, you dropping serious stuff. And this is the quality of things we were looking for, because South Africa is man.
And it's not only South Africans. I think now it's even the majority black people we don't want. I asked a question on one of my lives. I said, if these politicians can come one day, maybe drunk or whatever, and say, okay, yeah, we stole money here, we took it here, we stole how much here, and we stole, are we going to say, oh, okay, yeah, now we know the truth? Or we are going to say, yeah, now we know the truth, but
yeah,
what are we going to do? One thing I will tell you, this industry, it's a very dirty industry. And people in this industry don't want to be honest. They don't want to know the truth. They don't want to be told the truth, even including parents. Let me tell you, I was telling you, now this my son, which is I didn't start there because I had an association. Now this my son, or my son's friends, bachacha 50 rand, I get. I mean 500 rand for the whole month. Then you know what happens? The the first month of the year, half the time it's short.
Yeah.
500 makes sense.
Yeah.
The following month it's long.
Yeah.
500 doesn't make sense because it will fella somewhere more hard. Then ba tla be ba posta bashimanyana ba ko di-status tsa bona. Parents give me allowance, ke a stuck. Then dikoloi tsa bona di dula di stuckile jwalo. Now parent o dula koloi e stuckile, because ha ke re patala 500. Driver o ta ba re ko ena a re ke kopa o mphe allowance o tla nka ko tšheleteng ya month end. Again, bana ha ba stuckile, you must check one thing. Have you noticed that the kids actually enjoy being stuck?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Because school is not nice.
no, I'm saying like after school when we're going home.
Oh, okay.
They enjoy that their transport, they are stuck. You know why? Because re tlo ipusha. Malume areye, ba ipusha ba le maka. Ba pusha koloi e. And I'm going to be honest with you. Not all cases is Malume saying push the car. It's them telling Malume, we want to push the car.
You are not telling the truth.
I'm telling you the truth. Your kids, let me tell you, in my transport, you will see now, I've got a speaker. I've got 3 15s, right, in my car now. 3. On one box. Erike sentse speaker sele, no, di mamzo, no. Re tla konana rona. Re tla konana. Ba tlisa dichomi tsa bona. You bring your friend. Ke re ko bona ke re, my transport is full. But no, di mamzo. School children. But no, you understand it's only you. So I've got this smaller thing that I've put here. Normally, small ones sit there.
Yeah.
Or if it's a big one here, it will be a small one here, or 2 both small ones. Okay. But no, di mamzo. Some transports, there is a driver. The driver's right leg operates the accelerator.
Yeah.
This child's one leg, right leg, operates the clutch. So the driver's leg operates the accelerator and the brake.
No.
This one operator clutch, and then there is this one operator gear re change the gear. But bona bana ba sekolo ba re no di moms, if this transport has not come to that level, it's not full yet.
Lord help me, please.
Ba re bona in my transport ba lwanela booty. So next time I can you go booty. Traffic officers think we just wake up and put, how can I put 3 kids in the boot when, do you know the space? How? Right? Let me tell you, these kids, these small ones,
Yeah.
the moms of bula booty. Kiri no. The moms, we don't want to sit there. We want to sit in the boot. You know why? In the boot, they sleep. In the boot, they do whatever they want to do. They make noise. Remember that noise is not close to my ear.
Yeah.
It's a bit at the back. Now, they prefer the boot because they scream, they do whatever. Nobody, and they watching cars. They watching cars. They'll be like, that's my car. That's my, you know? But when they are here, I'm going to tell them, hey, you make noise, right? So they are the ones. So there was an incident 2 weeks ago where the high school ones, the girls, were like, the mamzo, today boot is ours. These young ones, they were like, no. They even said, these young ones, yeah, when you prefer these ones, these older ones. You are allowing them to take our space. But yeah, the moms, you are unfair. And it was a big thing, right? And I was reprimanded in my boss's car.
Yeah.
That, look, you cannot do that. The boss doesn't do that when he is transporting us. The boss allows only us, the young ones, to be in the boot. Now, let me tell you, Ntate Leson, some drivers, I'm here to tell the truth.
And I love that.
Some drivers, elderly as they are irresponsible. I think the new regulation should say when you are 60 and you are going on pension, they also confiscate the driver's license, because yay, elderly people, they drive, I won't say, but they drive nonsense.
Yeah.
And they are stubborn on the road, and they are swearing us. Just now, when I was coming to your studio, I turned there by those robots there by the corner. This elderly woman, she is sleeping, so I must sleep with her on the road, right? Look, I wasn't late,
Yeah.
okay, but I don't want to sleep on the road.
Yeah.
Then I moved from this turning lane to this lane to 10, because and guess what she did? She is awoke now. She is seeing me. She is closing the way for me. So as I was going past, she was turning. So at 60, the regulation should be elderly people's driver's licenses are being taken. Because even there, I once stopped this elderly transport driver who's driving a Kumbi, not like mine, but like mine.
Right.
The kids' feet were hanging outside. Okay. So, banaba, mauto akamonte, batswari booty kalzoso. Ane? This boot of ours. Baitswari kalzoso. I stopped him. And I said, you are not going to embarrass me. Cause anybody the driver.
Yeah.
You are not going to do that. You're not. So the drivers, even the elderly ones, Baratana Lebana, we had a case somewhere, I won't make mention, of a 55-year-old who impregnated a 14-year-old. Ngwana wa skolo o a mo tsamaisang. And the case has gone null and void because baratana, according to the parent, not according to the law.
Now, this is where you drop the mic. This is the drop mic type of scenario, because this is why we had to ask you to come here, because parents don't want to hear these things. But when they hear them, they make us look like we're getting involved in the tabataba to the issues that
They're playing victims in a problem that they created. This driver was arrested. This driver untshitse ke parent. Parent ya re ngwana o hae o tla support-a ke mang, ba ratana anyway. When the law was taking
its course.
yes, I no parent.
Who's going to support this child, my grandchild now?
Yeah, who's going to support my grandchild?
God.
So the driver, le ngwana wa ka wa 14 years, ba ratana. And the parents, you must not come here and play victims. Lena le ngwana o le ontseng a trenda o ratanang le pastor. At age 16, pastor a mo reketse iPhone 16 Pro Max or iPhone 15 Pro Max. You've been seeing that as a good thing. You don't even see how tarnishing to your kids it is, because you are happy we post it, we make her viral so that everybody can know this child at 16 years she is dating. And that is the tuchari rape. We are promoting it as parents. parents because the pastor bought her an iPhone, what, and the pastor is driving a Golf, what. Right now, that child is pregnant with the pastor's daughter. I get, and we as a society, we are promoting such things, and then we come back and cry on social media and say, no, but my transport drivers, this, come and speak to me, confront me, and tell me transport drivers.
So I don't know. You've done something here. I think you've covered all the things that I needed to be covered, because I hope that those that you work with, I hope that the metropolis and officers that are in this space don't see this. No,
No,
you don't care. You don't.
they can see it. I will sell my cars and move on to something else. I don't care about them. But the truth I'm going to tell, we go and ask JMPD or board, this board.
Yeah.
We go to their offices and ask them and say, schools are reopening. Can you please come and help us as an association
Yeah.
to get rid of all these taxis that don't belong, all these transports that do not belong, that don't have stickers. They're like, no, we are not, you're not traffic officers. We'll do it at our own time. Then the taxi industry sees a loophole. When the taxi industry is doing that, do you know that the taxi industry, one day we're driving out of Lenasia, they're busy writing our numbers. They're stopping our people to say, you guys, from now on, you are not going to be we don't want to see high school kids in your transport. You will only be responsible for primary. We will be responsible for the old ones. Now, I have a situation. I have a police officer father in my car. I'm transporting 2 of his kids. He works in Lens, this way. I'm transporting 2 of his kids. One is in grade 1. The other now, she's in high school. I started with, no, the one who's in grade 1, he was supposed to be in grade 2, right? So I've been transporting these kids for 3 years. The father is happy. The father works in Lens. By the time I pick up these kids in the morning, the father is there. By the time I get to deliver the kids, the father is there. He's back. So, meaning this father can transport his own kids, but he pays me every month religiously for 3 years. Right? Every month. Even December, that man never says, yeah, no, but, and trust me, December, I don't, akiba isibana ba skulu. Mara, he will never, we tatela report, he will never say, yeah, no, but no. He's a police officer. He's also Isaac, right? Now, what I'm trying to say, Isaac, girl, ha. She came the following day, she was like, he overheard, so she was telling their mother, jokingly, but they were not aware. Their father overheard the conversation. The father was like, what? And you'll go to those quantums unless you are paying yourself. Now, those are parents, proper parents.
Right.
No, we in this industry, there's a lot. We need 20 hours. You need to have me like every week, because I'm telling you what is happening there. You guys don't know, but everybody here plays a role. We have, yes, transport drivers, we have the collates and the permits. I'm taking accountability for my department. I get for my actions. I get. I'm taking responsibility. We have JMPD ailing as corrupt as we are. I get. We have the parents corrupt as we are. We have children. I have a colleague of mine. Ngwana o una mo dropa ha o kena ka lens ko engine. Ngwana o una misa skolong. Akere. Ngwana o a gutla ana palama transport mo engine. Ke re ko yena ke re complaina ka re ngwana ha ka le mala ko tseleng ya skolo sele to here. O tlo etsa jwang? A complain. Wa tsa mme wa hae a re ke ngwanyana. Are umtanami ufuna ukuya engine, so therefore futhi ngiyamkhipha transporting back. o mo ntshitse mo transporting a re motana mo fune engine o a re mama wa e tseba engine ore ho etsagalang ko engine wa e tseba ore ho etsana a re I don't care le fune o mtaname e right.
So, so what we're going to do out of this episode, um, I'm going to personally take up the Department of Community Safety to deal with this board issue and the role that they're playing there. I'm also going to raise these issues with JMPD, because now that the truth is out, the purpose of this episode, this is not just a talk. The intention here is to make sure that the transport is safe and good for our children. And therefore, we have a responsibility to go to JMPD, to go to the Department of Community Safety and say that these are the things that you know of and you have not done anything about.
Dadel Sola, can I please interrupt you then? You see, when I'm here, please don't tell me about JMPD. I think that is the most useless department that we have. And I am not even ashamed to say that. There was the owners of the engine in Lens. They have a problem because banaba body transport. Bayetsa molo be mrviti bo tlhakatlhakana o tlala batho ba bona ba tshwantseng ba tshele petrol ba hlolehe because the transport di swapa mole. Bana ba tlale mole kopa o ye Lens e le ka Friday ka 12 and tell me, Urwena, would you run your business? I feel for those people. The fact that they are Indians, it doesn't mean they are not running a business.
Right.
Right? And we shouldn't take advantage. Yauri no, hi, kima India banan chelet. They have that garage because they want to make money, right? But banabaruna ba isinya banabaluna. Batlala mole badule everywhere. Now, those people, the owner of that, I actually found out that the owner sold it. So it's under new management. Management is calling JMPD every day, every week, every day. But JMPD doesn't it see there's a problem? How must you be called? Why must you wait for that call every day? Why can't you do something and have a regulation that prevents these drivers from affecting business? Because I'm calling you every day. I've got a tavern because of noise. Ane e affectang bana. Bana ntse ba ngona. Tavern ele hutimua sound le ka bo 2 le ka bo 3. Ane JMPD, we must phone them. Bona, they don't know that this is a problem in the community.
Because it has been reported
so it's there for over 10 years. This thing, Yako engine, it's not something Etofelan today. It's over 20 years. Yako engine.
Okay.
They know about it. What are they doing about it? They are waiting for the owner to always pick up the phone. In that telephone, Naskala when naka JMPD, maybe when naka masole, I can say.
No. Thank you very much, Karaba. I can see that we can actually go on and on and on, but for the sake of the viewers, I think we have established a few things here. We've established that there's a problem with compliance, and the authorities know it. We've also established that parents have made all of these things possible, because I will charge you as a parent that if you did what you were supposed to do, we would not be sitting with this type of a problem. But we've also established that because of the conduct of the parents, you have also created an opportunity for the drivers
Yes.
to take advantage of your children. So children are at the risk of being driven negligently and recklessly in cars that are not roadworthy. But most importantly, the danger facing a girl child in that vehicle. And you as a parent, you are aware of this, but because your child has not complained, you are okay with it. So know today that your child could be or could have been a victim to a behavior or some conduct by a driver, and you've not done anything. But if all of these things you are doing them, as some of you have said, you are doing them because you want to keep it, the money paying less, you must know that actually cheap is more expensive, because what you're spending on this child and allowing this kind of behavior, allowing overloaded vehicles, allowing dirty, environmentally very, very dirty vehicles, where your child, because when you just want to be able to go to your work or be able to gallivant throughout the day, it talks about you and how you value the child. And this video is going to be live for the rest, for as long as there's social media. At some point, your child is going to know that you allowed it as a parent. You allowed it even when they were molested, harassed by drivers that are over the age. Some of them are even being impregnated today. Kids are being kidnapped. Okay? Kids are being kidnapped. And you are still comfortable that you don't care who picks up your child. And in some cases, you must know that your children are actually picked up by just ex-convicts, people with rape cases, but they're picking up your child. So you've entrusted the life of your child to this same person. It's no more going to be the same. And all I can ask in this episode is that, is it not time that we join hands and change this situation? I know that Karabo is saying that she does not believe that there's hope and there can be change. But I'm saying that part of the reasons why she's here is to say that what is it that we can do? And all we can commit as Transit Ringers is to say that let's hold those that must be held accountable. Let's go to the JMPD. Yes, we've lost trust on them. Yes, they are valued at 50 rand and 20 rand. Yes, the police are part of this problem. But can we just sit back and say we're not going to do anything? And at this time, I'm going to say we would leave it here, but this is a developing story. It's going to continue. We're not going to let it go until we find some solutions, because this problem is not a Gauteng problem. It's a national problem. We know it's happening in Limpopo. We know it's happening in the Eastern Cape. We know it's happening everywhere else. And parents' behavior, drivers' behavior is the same. Wake up. Peace from me. Thank you very much for coming and spending time with us. Thank you for dropping the truth, because this truth then becomes the foundation for us moving forward. For me, Isaac Lesole, your host, Transit Ringas, until we meet in the next episode, peace.
Yo, en het rijdt.